Welcome back to the Asylum.
I'm Kane.
And I'm Deshaun.
And we are the Arkham inmates. And we have a brand new Diamonds in the Rough video today. So we will be doing what's it called? Fantastic? What was the meme? It was called like Fantastic, the fucking 2015's Fantastic Four, which we all, I'm pretty sure, try to block out of our heads. This new one, like, even rewatching it, there's so much, it feels like a horror movie. You know what I mean? Like, when they get their powers, it just feels really depressing and sick and just, sad.
I was thinking today, I know they did another movie, but it came out during a time of, a little bit after Christopher Nolan's movies, and a lot of these movies,
darker tone.
They were trying to go for a what if it was in the real world type of thing that Christopher Nolan did with Batman.
Character like designs were horrible.
Yeah,
like
dude.
The suits were bland and gray and just like super
That's what I'm saying.
boring.
They tried to make it like
realistic,
like covert ops type.
Yeah, and then Doom, dude, that's the worst Doom we've got. Like I get the look. Oh, it's an infused, kind of doing the metal skull look, but it just looked weird. And then when he puts on that huge hood, like the hood is so oversized.
And
like
when I saw
Doom's hood is supposed to be tight,
I was
like
thinking
Assassin's
to myself,
Creed.
Where the fuck did the hood come from?
Exactly.
He killed all those people, and he's like, let me grab that hood and put it on.
No, but here's the thing. He already had the hood on when they rescued him, because they were he was like crawling with it and he fell with it on.
But he just grabbed it?
No, but where did that hood even come from?
Yeah.
There was no fabric or anything in the other world. We're going to be looking at some of the diamonds. There are some good moments in this shit movie. There are some. And even though it's not a lot, and they don't run for a long amount of time, but we are definitely going to be looking at it. So we're going to find the diamonds in the rough.
Say that again?
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
All right, so we are about to get into my first diamond in the rough. So we're going to go with my first two, and then we're going to go into... Because you always go
Why
second.
do you get to go first?
You always go second. Don't change the fucking schedule now. So I'm going to go first with my first diamonds in the rough for Fantastic Four, or Fortastic, as the meme goes. But... so my first one is basically kind of the beginning of the movie. It's not beginning of the movie, but it's kind of like right when they get their powers. So they're running off of the planet, and it's basically like, the fucking, each one break, like he gets doused with all the rocks at once. Michael B. Jordan, like, bursts on fire. She gets hit. It's kind of like they all get, and then you see Reed stretch, you know, that kind of, it's a lot, it's very scary. It's very horror element to it, but I think I like it in the sense of like, this is a real dark take. Cool. I like what they were going for.
Wait, let's go!
But it's
Victor, come on!
You know what's funny? I actually like the castings. I thought everyone fit their role well.
Yeah, I do like the casting.
Yeah.
New Yorker accent.
Yeah. They didn't give me the New Yorker accent.
Wait, let's go! Okay. Reed, come on! The re-entry's not working. I don't know what to do. Get us out of here!
Guys, can you hear me?
I actually like her Sue more than the original Sue because she's actually smart in this. The original Sue's kind of like just a pretty girl.
Okay, I got it.
Manually override the re-entry!
I'm trying.
Sue, just do it! Reed, that's the door! We
Yeah,
can't
I
close
love
the
this.
door!
The rocks just pelt him, you know? Like just confusing with him. That's just terrifying. And that's dope. Or like the transparency. And the whole fucking city from the back. Yeah, sick. I think it works for this, you know? Like, I think it works for this moment, but having almost the whole movie be this bleak horror feel of, like, rejecting their powers, I don't know, I just didn't like that.
You know what I didn't like about Johnny in this movie? He couldn't turn off his fire buttons.
Yeah, he kept, like, doing that,
Push the
and
button
then,
to turn
yeah,
off the fire.
I didn't like that either. Also, this might be controversial, but like I am not a fan of like switching like races. You know what I mean? Like Michael B. Jordan is a good actor, but I'd rather a white Human Torch. You know what I mean? Like
For Human Torch, like because he's so good looking, I don't really like Mike. That didn't bother me as much because Michael B. Jordan's so good.
well, I was just seeing in the sense of like, oh, Sue's adopted, and that's why Sue can be white,
I don't
and
like
Michael B. Jordan can be
yeah.
black,
I can
and then the
understand
dad,
that.
like, I'm like, that kind of disrupts the family bond.
Yeah.
And then also, this whole movie, yeah, like, this is cool. Him turning around, I like this. Like with the legs,
Like me personally, I prefer a.
I like that. Him being like, oh my god, his knees, you know, moving. They did a really good job. And then he passes out. Yeah, that's good. So that was my first diamond in the rough. So that one, yeah, I thought it was. It's a good start to the movie. You know.
The thing about this movie is the pacing and all that. You said it's a good start. That's it.
No, I'm saying it's a good start.
No, I'm just saying that's why
the middle of the movie.
I don't like that.
No,
because
yeah.
That's the like, and then after that they capture Reed, and I was looking because I was watching it. And I accidentally hit the screen. It's like 38 minutes like after they capture Reed.
Yeah. No, the third act is super rushed. That's why it's so bad. But I mean, explaining that, I mean, I really like the idea of this. They've totally. It's kind of hard talking good things about this movie because there's so many things I don't like about it. But I will say that they did a lot of new, fresh ideas. So I will give them props for, like, instead of doing them being astronauts and going out to space, they're interdimensional travelers. So it's cool, it's fresh, but I prefer them going into space, them being astronauts, and them being hit by cosmic rays like the original. I love that. The one thing that I like about this scene, though, particularly, is when they all get into their things and they have separate pods and they all have separate things happen to them, like Michael B. Jordan catching on fire, Human Torch. You don't really see Reed's until after, but like all the rocks swarming Ben, and then Sue being hit from the blast. And
out of all the shit in this movie,
it just looked good.
You want to know what's the most unrealistic?
What?
Even with the powers and all that included, everyone's shitting on little Reed Richards when he was a kid, saying, "Oh yeah," like the teacher in the beginning was like, for career day or whatever, when he's like, "This is what I want to do in the future." Some kid said, "I looked up to this football player like Eli Manning or something, and I want to go to the NFL."
He wants to be,
And he's like, "Oh, I want to be a scientist that creates this." It's like, I said a real career.
You know what
I
think also
that fucking kid's genetics are gonna allow him to go to the NFL?
You know what I also didn't like? There was a scene where they're in. It's the years later, right? And they do the public. They make the plane disappear, right? The fucking teacher goes, "This isn't no magic shop. I want real science." And I'm like, how is that not science?
Well, because
there's a machine that literally transports. All of that is scientific. How could it be like no magic? I think they literally just wrote a teacher.
Magic is science. So
magic is science. It's not explained yet.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
So when I heard that scene, I was thinking to myself, I was thinking what you were thinking, but I was like, also, he's so stupid. It's like magic to him. He thinks it's just some stupid
But here's
trick.
the thing, when in the sense of writing, you're writing a character that's supposed to be opposed to this character's development.
Yeah.
It's not hard to write that.
Yeah.
You going, "Oh, you're disqualified because that's magic." Everyone just saw that they switched on buttons, they made a machine work, nothing would have happened without the scientific machine. The thing disappears and comes back scientifically, and you're like, "Man, no, voodoo. Stop that voodoo, boy." You stop, like, I hated that. And it's just bad writing, because it's like, you could have wrote a teacher to be like someone that doesn't give a fuck, you know? Someone that's laid back, that's like, "Okay, Reed."
Something else that bothered me? I would have liked the scene, because they just pulled up Sue and Franklin, the dad.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
I was like, how did she
Why are you at
Reed?
a fucking... Another thing, why are you
here?
looking your answers at a science fair?
I would have liked to have known how they tracked Reed down.
Right.
And, like, figured out that he knew all this shit.
I like how they had them come together, though, in the Baxter building, and they all built this machine, but then they all agree to go. You know, it kind of gives that a little bit of weight. And I also think, out of all the CGI in this, I think that was the best looking. Honestly, there's moments in this where I'm like, ugh, you know? But that's my first diamonds in the rough. We're gonna get on to my second diamonds in the rough. All right, so we're gonna get into my second diamond in the rough for Fortastic, basically. So this one is probably the most famous scene in the movie, next to probably the ones that you're gonna do. But this is when they bring Victor back, and then Doom basically uses his telepathy, whatever the fuck, and basically makes everyone's heads explode as he's walking through the building. It's violent, it's scary, it's powerful, and I think it's a good villain showcase. I think it showcases the villain of this movie very well, and like, fuck, he's powerful, and he's willing to kill everybody, and they actually showed blood splatter. Like, it was actually pretty violent and pretty dark, so I really loved that. And I also do like the dude that played Doom, his voice. I thought it was an evil voice. But I will say, that is not Dr. Doom at all. Like, if that's their version of Doom, then cool. The villain for that movie, it worked. But that is not my Dr. Doom. That's not my president. You know, that's not Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom doesn't use telepathy at all. He's not this cosmic being. He can be a cosmic being, you know, God, Emperor Doom, and other things. But Dr. Doom is a evil genius who reigns Latveria, which they always just shit on. They just never do that. He reigns over Latveria, and he is a scientific, like, he's literally a little bit, Reed's only a little bit smarter than him. A little bit. Dr. Doom is literally right next to Reed in brains and Tony Stark.
There was
on top of, he's also a mage. He is a king mage. He is a magic spell. He knows the Darkhold magic. He knows all of the magic spells. He's literally on par with the Sorcerer Supreme of Doctor Strange. And he's also, whatever Ultron is, you know, like the droid, like he has the drones and the droids, like he's a machinist, or he makes, like he builds so much, like the robots that he has, the Doombots. Like he has so much to him to use, and they just did nothing with that in this.
There's also a scene in TV shows from earlier days where Doom actually cures Ben, and it pisses off Reed.
Yeah,
and he's like, I know why
Reed's he wanted to cure Ben every time, and he couldn't do it. Couldn't figure it out.
He's like, I know why you're mad. It's because I could cure Ben, and you never could.
Doom can cure, but Ben, and I also love in the comics, which they kind of do it here, but like when people are like, Victor, stop! There is no Victor, only Doom. Like that's good, but with a shitty character, you know. But this is just him rampaging through. I think it was a great moment. I think when I watched it in theaters, I was like, oh fuck, like he means fucking business. So let's get right in.
What kind of power? The kind men like you must never possess.
Music's good too.
You couldn't resist coming back. It's not enough to ruin your world. Now you want to ruin mine.
Did not like that part, you know, him being a part of the world.
If this world must die, so that mine may live, so be it.
Yeah, this is sick, though. This is head exploding.
If I have powers like that,
What the fuck? What did I do?
this is true. Like, dude, I got powers, but no, you don't.
Scanners. See, I like that. It really shows.
That was tough.
Yeah, like that was good. The CGI looks good, you know, like I love force, you know? He does feel like a villain. He feels like a force to be reckoned with here. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, just popping heads. I also love they try to shoot them green force field. I love it for this movie. I think it fits well. It's one of those things where you're like, this motherfucker means business, you know? And I will say, see, I like to give credit to when people take a leap of creativity, you know? They're like, hey, we don't want to redo what people have already done. We want this to be ours. So they recreated Doom. And I kind of like the look with the mask being to his face, and it kind of looks like the skull. I like the green eyes. I like the look. But it's just, I don't know. It's like, I love Doom so much in the comics. I'm a giant Doom fan. So when I saw that in theaters, I was disappointed. But watching it now, I can see, like, for this type of movie, it fit. For this cosmic being. But, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel like Doom watching it, but it's still fun to watch, like, him just pop heads. And then, like, when he blows the doors off, like, they crumble immediately. Like, it just shows, it's a good show of power. this one, I don't know, it just had a good force, you know? Like, you have these dark, twisted characters, Doom popping people's heads off. I feel like it worked. But, that's it for my two. It really isn't anything in this movie good, but we found what we could, so we're gonna move on to Deshaun's Diamonds. Alright, so we are gonna get into Deshaun's Diamonds in the Rough for Fantastic Four 2015.
All right, I chose the opening scene with Reed right after the incident, where they're in Area 57. I thought because how you were talking about, like, this is kind of like horror theme.
Yeah,
I thought this was a very cool
grim.
way of them showing Reed's powers in this type of
In a
movie.
gross way.
It's
yeah.
like, oh, dude,
Like, painful.
it's
In a painful way, yeah, and it's just like,
and he's trying,
like,
and they're like, can you lift your index finger? And he's like,
because the weight, yeah, because the leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like how he's, like, drenched in sweat. He's,
Uh-huh.
like, his body's perspirating so much, and he's, like, completely just, like, exhausted because his own body is stretched to its limits. There's also, when I was rewatching this, there's also, like, the way that the CGI looks pretty good here, but, like, the muscles in his legs are, like, twitching, and, like, you can kind of see it in how, like, long the veins are, and, like, it's pretty good scene. See the muscle twitching? Yeah. Pretty good. It's just, it looks painful. It looks gross. I know what they went with.
Reed, can you move your hand?
Where's Ben?
Keep trying, Reed.
Yeah, do you guys know where my friends are?
Can you lift your index finger?
I had a... Try. Ah! Where's Ben? Did you see him? He was covered in the rocks. Why won't you answer me? Where are my friends? Help
this
me!
looks like such a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like,
This, like, if someone showed me this, I'd be like, what is this, like, new horror movie, like, with stretchiness? And they're like, no, it's Fantastic Four. I'd be like, what? I mean, like I said, it does showcase the ability of, like, the pain of it, but it's just too horror for me. It's just too...
but for this type
Grim.
of movie, like,
It works. It works because they're going for the, if this happened to some random person, they wouldn't be like, I'm super powerful. They'd be like, oh my god, what am I, like, falling apart? They're kind of experimenting on him, but, like, they have all these prongs holding up the length of his arms, and, like, he can't even lift the finger because of the weight. Like, it's very realistic, but, like, I don't know. When I watch comic book movies, I'm not looking for realism. I really am not.
Yeah,
I'm looking for over the top.
That's why I kept saying, like, they were because Nolan struck gold, so everyone kept trying to recreate that
Right.
Nolan thing where let's
But
do
here's
our
the thing.
realistic.
I mean, The
take on it.
Dark Knight, as real as it is, there's a lot of exaggerated shit in that. Like, there's a lot of things that Bruce would not be able to take. I don't care what Kevlar fucking suit you got on. There's a lot of things that he even exaggerates to make it a fun movie. It's grim and it's dark and it's real, but it's still fun. This felt like so boring at times.
Oh, boring.
No, like, I'd be sitting there and I'm like, okay, what are we watching? Okay, cool. Next thing. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, okay, back to talking. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. You know, there's just too much drama going on in this. But yeah, it was a very good showcase of just the scary side of having his powers. So let's move on to Deshaun's second diamond. All right, so we're now gonna get into Deshaun's second diamond in the rough for Fantastic Four.
So I picked this Johnny scene of him, like, training,
Yeah,
because I always like a training little montage. But
right.
they only did a little snippet of something.
It's like
but,
8 seconds. It's
but
really short.
also, I picked this because the look of Johnny in this Fantastic Four reminds me a lot of Sunspot. It's Evolution. How he's really
Okay.
dark under it,
Yeah,
and then it's bright.
Yeah, I
was
like- I
like,
know what
I
you
really
mean.
like that look. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
wanted to mention that in this because that's kind of a diamond. And I was like, yeah, I really dig that because if you look
Yeah.
at the earlier ones,
the early ones he's just fire.
he's just all
Pretty
orange.
bright, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I actually kind of dig this look a bit
I think
more.
Human Torch looks the best in this. Of just like the fire around him, it looks very real, very dark, and like the way his eyes are bright, but the skin
Yeah.
around it's not, and then his like teeth and like you can see kind of through that for what he's talking. But the fire's always flowing. I feel like in Chris Evans, it was kind of an outline of him. Like the fire was contained
Yeah,
in him with a little bit at like when he's flying.
yeah.
But this one, he was just a man on fire
Yeah.
constantly.
I like
So
that.
yeah, I like this. I just wish the scene was more. I wish we saw more of a training.
Per incident, all exhibited unique physical conditions. We developed suits which allow them to contain and control these conditions.
feel like they shot a lot more training footage and scrapped a bunch of it.
Yeah.
I feel like if there was a director's cut, it would be like, oh, like, I feel like the first half would have been shortened. We would have gotten to the powers quicker, and we would have had a whole training montage
Powers,
of
I
like
agree.
him doing stuff, him like going at Mach 7. Also, like in the original, he doesn't even go supernova in this. And that's like the main thing with Human Torch is that his biggest ability he can't even do because he could kill the planet. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I think that's it for this video. It's a pretty probably be a pretty quick one for Diamonds in the Rough.
Yeah.
This is probably the only one, like, when we did Suicide Squad, there was some fun stuff in it. It's a fun movie to watch. It's terrible, but it's fun. Same with Green Lantern. Like, all these are fun. I think this was probably the most boring of the Diamonds in the
You
Rough.
also got to keep in mind the pacing of this video. It
Yeah.
also will affect our opinions in the length of this video because the pacing is also very odd in the video.
Yeah,
Feels
it's very, because it's so
long,
quick.
but quick. at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same
It's
time.
just one of those things where there's so much wrong with this movie that the diamonds are very,
minimal.
very minimal. Like, I know we said with Green Lantern, there's only a couple of scenes, but you
I'd
can
rather
still watch Green Lantern.
Lantern.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, more than this. Like, but this one is probably gonna be the most boring episodes of the Diamonds in the Rough. It's just a boring movie. And when you make a superhero film boring, you've already fucked up. So, I mean, hey, make sure you clobber that subscribe button down below, and don't beat your children, because that's what this movie tells you.
Yeah.
That it's okay to turn your trauma into fighting cosmic beings and punching them into fucking... Literally, they ripped off Man of Steel. You know, the fucking big shooting beam that's bringing Krypton to it?
Yeah.
That's literally Man of Steel. I just thought of that. They just ripped off Man of Steel. You know what? I bet Man of Steel came out. What time? I bet Man of Steel came out. When did that come out? That come out 2014, 2013, 15, around that time? I feel like they were like, oh my god, Man of Steel did so good. Zack Snyder did the Dark Grim shit. We should do that too. And it failed. I feel like that's what they were doing. But make sure you, if you like the video, hopefully you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, like, share, do all that stuff you want to do. Get ready for the next Diamonds in the Rough. We definitely have more coming and some other videos. But thank you for being one of the inmates here at the asylum. Peace. Fantastic Four. Fantastic. Peace.